Our grand final clash on Cash is a smash. FaZe clan take the first map convincingly, and indeed Flex and a lot of FaZe clans here in Spodek are going to be sighing a sigh of relief. FaZe came to play their way. I am joined at our analyst desk here in Katowice with Bojanko Paunovic and Chad Birchall, and we made it clear that FaZe, should they play FaZe's game, this was going to look rather lopsided, and our first map is testament to that, Janko.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's the biggest issue here for Fnatic. You can tell they've been pissed around, was that rough, 1v1, Crims clutches it. They want to start off really aggressively. First gun round, let's push into A main, let's get some map control, let's start this final with a bang. And what happens? Guardian with only a deagle gets 2 one-shots.
After stabbing his teammate.
Yeah, after stabbing his teammate, and then later on, second gun round, you have Nico with a 1v3 and so forth. So this is the problem for Fnatic. Sometimes they do everything right, and still just the individuals from FaZe actually take it to another level and win some rounds that they really shouldn't.
We also touched on the nerves, Alex, of players like Golden and Lekro, and I think that came into play here. They weren't really anywhere to be seen, and we touched on the fact that Flusher, Crims, and Lekro, that trio, were up the top of the stats. They're 3 of the best rated players in the whole tournament. The only player for this Fnatic roster that came to play was JW. He had impact. He, was doing well on pretty much all the rounds he could. Where he had a step in the right direction, he was making his impact felt. Lekro, on the other hand, only had 8 kills, 6 of which were with pistols. 2 were from the pistol round in the first half, and 4 with the deagle.
Yeah.
So he didn't really have any impact on the rifle rounds, and those are the ones that you need to snowball. That's how you'll get on top of the economy.
And talking of rifle rounds, I mean, that is a question I have to pose to you, actually, Chad. It's just the fact that we were watching that game. Fnatic were finding almost more success with the sidearms, with those CC rounds. So we're getting close to those 2v2s, those 3v3s, admittedly not necessarily converting, but they were making more progress than the gun rounds.
Yeah,
Explain that to me.
It seemed like they played better from behind, not only with weaponry, but also with numbers. In the previous time these two teams matched up, when they would lose the opening pick, they were still able to convert rounds. Here they were finding the opening kills and then just getting picked off all over the map. They were losing situations, that they definitely shouldn't lose. A 4v2 scenario to carrying Guardian even.
Yeah.
Those kind of rounds, you need to be putting them in the bank.
Absolutely, yes. And Lekro's performance, of course, on map 1 is incredibly lackluster. 35 ADR, it's one of the lowest you really can get. 1 HE will get you that 30 points of damage, Janko. So as we kind of put this round under review, and rather this game under review, is it really going to be the conversation backstage for Fnatic is we just need to play better?
I think that is, we need to step up individually, right? That's the problem. You can't have any weak links, especially a guy like Lekro, who we've been standing here yesterday saying he's one of the most mechanically gifted players. He's the guy who just gets the kills, right? And if he is being shut down so heavily, he is the A site anchor, right? That means he can't get anything done, just dies. FaZe gets entrance into the bomb site, and from that point on, they just need to play the after plan.
Absolutely. Now, Chad, FaZe, what were they doing oh so right? We can't just sit here and say that they were running at them and shooting heads, because I imagine there was much more to it. At one point, we were sitting next to each other in the Spodek, and you just said that was a lovely execute. There is some structure to this madness from FaZe.
Yeah, some of the strats that they had, some of the stuff that they were pulling out, so it's very well planned. They want to take certain jewels, and they get away with those fights. It was that A execute that came in where they smoked off highway, forklift, and the red box on site, push forklift. They want to take the duel with the truck player. Luckily for Fnatic, there wasn't anyone playing truck, but they killed the site guy, they wrap onto the site, they make life very easy. It's just tweaks to things that we see time and time again, and they make it look very structured and planned. Then they have a lot of trust in each other. There was one setup they did on the CT side where Nico is playing at the quad box in A, and he's looking at the boost up on the jump where they jump up on red, and his teammate Olaf is covering that cross. They just trust each other in the chaotic moments, and that's something that FaZe has that a lot of other teams don't.
Absolutely. And with that said, we are venturing into Inferno. Any closing thoughts on our first map, Cash? I mean, we're going to be looking at highlights, and it's just going to be a stern reminder of what Fnatic were missing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that towards the end of that game, actually, we can see some of the executes that they were running. It wasn't just about the individual plays. This is a cool one. The chat was pointing out they did a couple of variations of the A execute. And this is where you see this smoke is very important towards highway. This is not the typical smoke. Usually you smoke off between forklift and red, but this eliminates completely the players from highway. And what it also does, you can see Lekro is boosted expecting that smoke. Then he gets a clear line of sight towards the guys coming out of A main. He also threw a incendiary grenade towards door, so Nico can't even help his teammates. Usually, again, players come through this side because the rest is smoked off, but here they can go for that pincer maneuver through forklift as well, and again, duel with the player in truck. So now you can see how it unfolds. Smoke pops down, that completely eliminates the potential help here from highway. JW has to push through a smoke with the op, misses his one shot, but even with that, he would most likely get traded. and that's the side completely open for FaZe, and that was even with Fnatic rotating towards A. They only had one guy in B, one guy was in mid, all the rest of the team was coming in to help Lekro out, but the timing from FaZe was very good, and that execute was perfect, isolating Lekro, and then the players had to go for unfavorable duels.
And that calm before the storm must be agonizing as well, as you know that it's on you. You start to hear those footsteps, and you know that the wave of FaZe is coming.
Yeah, the difference here from when they played last time was that Fnatic were one step ahead always. They actually had bomb site stacks. When stuff like that went down, they had 3 players there. In this scenario, you just see one guy stuck on the bomb site on his own. So that's one of those things I talk about where if you can get rolling, if you can get some calls going and you're ahead of their in-game leader, ahead of their mid-round decision-making, then they have to play catch-up, and they're going to continuously make those wrong decisions. And that's a great feeling as an in-game leader. I'm sure Karrigan's going to be very happy with the way they played that T-half.
Now, these two teams did meet on this next map previously, admittedly both of them, FaZe falling in both, but now we venture into that grand final stage, back into Inferno. Previously, Fnatic picked this up 16-11. Now, we've kind of touched on where Fnatic kind of got that win from, but let's recover it. Let's try and understand and kind of construct a way in which Fnatic could pick this up.
I think for Fnatic, this is their comfort zone, right? Probably the map that they're most comfortable on, and something that do a good job of is being dynamic on that CT side. We've been criticizing team a little bit for being lazy when they play those CT sides. Fnatic is actually trying to get things done, even more so when they have a weaker buy, right? Because they understand they need to take those risks if they're going to win the round. But for the way FaZe is playing right now, you feel like Fnatic needs a jump start of sort, need to win that pistol round and get rolling early on a map like Inferno where utility is king.
It sounds silly, but winning the pistol and converting is not an easy task.
No, and they were able to do that when these two teams went head-to-head last time. One other fun fact is the opening kills was definitely in FaZe's favor when they met and still lost 16-11. Out of the 27 rounds played, FaZe found the opening kills 18 times. Now, usually on a map like Inferno, when you find the opening kills on the CT side, it's very easy to lock it down because the bomb sites, they're quite easy to hold with that number advantage, right? In these scenarios, Fnatic were finding trades very quickly, and then they were making good mid-round calls in the 4v4 and just basically locking FaZe out.
And that's a bit of an issue sometimes for FaZe. They get a bit overconfident, especially the likes of Guardian, right? We know he likes to re-peek, over-peek at times, and they've been rotating him to that banana with a single lob. They take control of banana with incendiary smokes, and then they leave him alone and play 4A. And it's very important when you're the sole guy there. It's not always about getting the kills. If you're getting chased away, you need to fall back, because if you die straight away, that gives the complete bomb site control to your opponent. So he needs to be a little bit disciplined now, because that may be a way into the game for Fnatic if FaZe plays a bit too reckless.
Okay, so I mean, perhaps the bloodlust will take to FaZe here. It's unlikely, though. They have looked rather restrained, rather controlled, Chad. And we are jumping into Inferno shortly. Last couple of words. What would you reckon Fnatic have just sat down backstage? You've had those conversations before. What on earth can Jumpy say?
Just take a deep breath. Know this is your map pick and you've beaten them before, and you can do it here again.
It's their chance then to do what they've already done at this tournament. They secured a semi-final with a win on this map, and now they go back into the fray. Same team, different stage. It's the Spodek now that will once again come alive for map 2 of this best of 5. Let's jump back in with your commentators, though. It's going to be Henry G and Sadakis to take you through all. The wall does rise. Fnatic FaZe clash again.
Clash indeed, and it seems weird to say this early in a best of 5, but given that this is Fnatic's map choice and Overpass comes up next, not to say that Fnatic hasn't looked invincible there either, this could be the nail in the coffin, because if FaZe steal this, I really do think there's a chance this wraps up quickly. So Fnatic very much need this map, and they need to play much, much better than they did in the last.
The problem is Inferno's not a specialist map pick either. Everyone plays this map. It's not like you've got a clear advantage. Sure, they've been in the tournament so far, but this current form, the current beast that FaZe is presenting right now, I'm not sure it'll be enough. We'll see, though. Guardian headshot in the very first few sectors of the round. They're down to 11 HP. Still with one smoke, one flashbang. Fnatic hold basic mid control here. Flasher has got the top of banana. Karrigan and Nico reside in the B bomb site. Not going to be actively challenging. He's sitting behind the new boxes and the pillar by Emo as well. So what's the play here? Crims holds middle. There'll be one smoke in CT spawn. They can flash the bomb site, but they've got an absolute monster on the other side. That's going to be Nico, ready and waiting with that silenced USP.
Karrigan to work with him. Formidable duo on this side of the map. Everyone knows they play there, but how do you solve it? Crims can't do anything about trying to get toward the arch either. It does mean that they know 2 are on the arch side. That's how many they spotted. That's how many Before Olaf got the kill, we're seen, but now it's Lekro to take down Nico, putting us with just Kerrigan. So bomb gonna be planted, at least for Fnatic this time, who start T side. Kerrigan takes the safe route and backs off, and Lekro thinks he can actually get a chance to chase him down, get the kill early enough. It costs them because Lekro goes, Golden falls as well, and it's just Flusha left against a firing squad as he goes around the corner and sees just about everyone except for one staring at him, and that is because that one is Kerrigan, and he is on the defuse. They have this either way.
Very good stuff there from FaZe. Guardian taken down to 1 HP, but only 1 kill obtained by Fnatic. Very basic approach by them. Some simple map control coming at the start. They hit Banana and middle. Left Crims there to hold off the rotations, try and show some presence towards the A side of the map. He went down, and then we saw Nico and Kerrigan. A lovely little setup there. Nico only gets 1. He was boosted up on the new boxes. 1 kill, but then set Kerrigan up, who was playing very disciplined. He didn't overextend. He didn't give his frag up for free. He let the bomb go down short, but he stays alive, finds the shots, full defuse there, and the 4 versus 1 flush up can do nothing with it. And they will be ecoing for the 3rd round, and we're going to have a technical problem here. There's Nico's microphone. That won't take long to fix here, so a chance to calm down. You cannot speak in these pauses, though. It should be resolved relatively soon, but there we have it. 1-0 FaZe. If you are just joining us, you didn't miss a whole much. It was FaZe on their map pick, going to town, 16-5. And we're hoping Fnatic can make a dent in map number 2. But I completely agree with you, Matt. If Fnatic don't win this map, it feels like they might be done for here.
It's unfortunate to say, again, best of 5, but that's just the nature of it, especially when, you know, the team you're playing against is so good on the respective choices that they've made, and you struggled so considerably to get started, to get a footing into this game.
One thing we have to remember, though, is Lekro and Golden. They haven't been in a grand final like this before. They played on stages, but this is a different thing altogether.
I would argue the closest that Lekro has been to this was actually the first time we saw that he had massive potential.
Malmo, right?
Malmo 2016, which was early April, and he was nuts. He was lights out again. Even then, we saw that he had deagle potential. That was in a semifinal against NIP while he was playing for Godsent. That's I think the closest. And of course, that was in front of Swedish fans. Certainly had pressure on the line in that regard. So he's got some experience, but that was ages ago. And you're right, it's much different than a grand final atmosphere.
And Golden is why he's got to be the in-game leader with all that pressure on him and feeling the nerves. It's going to be a rough ride, and we'll see. We still do have the microphone issue here, so it'll just be a few more seconds. I'll have a look at the buy coming in. Oh, that's predicted. Yeah, Fnatic will just be taking deagles, Glocks, and just trying to get the round over with. FaZe will bring out the rifles here. They start off very well with a real solid CT pistol victory. That should equate to a 2-0, but maybe not the 3. AKs come out next round after the bomb was planted.
So it should be hopefully quick. Again, like you say, it was a mic issue.
Headsets are back on now. There's Nico's microphone. I can see the nodding heads. Maybe a few fist bumps will come through. There's Rain on the end. His play was just stellar in the first map. Him and Nico, that's a problem. If they're both turning up, like, you've got a serious issue.
And not to mention, especially where we go to Overpass next, and we talked about teams, I think, in part countering the way that Rain plays toward the bathrooms, but also him not exactly being comfortable and having that form we saw at the latter stages of 2017. So if he is on and we go to that map, yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a huge problem for Fnatic. But first and foremost, focused on what's in front of them, and that, of course, is round number 2. Of course, they did not win the pistol, so it's going to be a challenge, but see if they can pick apart FaZe in any regard. A little bit of surfing going on in the animation, I think.
Well, Lekro picks up that deagle. That's always going to be a factor. And grenade as well. The headshot will come in. Crim's dropped early. It's an early 5-on-4, and it's going to be Lekro now holding towards the bottom of the middle. With Rain, he will be challenging, not for anything other than finding early frags, and he'll be punished for that. They need to be careful, these encounters they're going for towards areas like middle. The players in towards the underpass, he actually has the advantage. There's a tiny little head sticking up from the tunnel itself. Rain offered himself up, taken down. It's just that one deagle of Fnatic that could be beneficial for a couple of kills, who knows?
Guardian running by the top of middle. Swaps off the SMG and grabs the M4. After running and gunning, Flush is going to try and do the same. Burst Glock. Cool as it sounds, it's rather ineffective. So Kerrigan very passive on the archway, knowing that with a man down he may be required to get toward B, but still wants to aid Olaf to cover library, as well as therefore allowing Olaf to play with Guardian, who's low in the pit. So it all works in tandem, as it should do, as a good team would. And Kerrigan is stepping up again with the MP9. range. He'll do enough damage as well to let Olaf get a kill. Guardian collects and FaZe control.
After losing the first pick, it was absolutely fine in the end there. Fnatic will bring out the AK-47, so a chance to strike early after losing the pistol hit. Smokes will come out, Molotovs as well. We'll see if Fnatic will get anything done here. I would assume a default coming in. They know they have an advantage in some respects in terms of the weaponry. Obviously, FaZe will have that MP9, the FAMAS. So they're trying to slow things down, bait out some utility, see if anyone will be aggressive on the CT side here. JW and Flusher looking towards that banana area. It's Flusher who likes to work it by himself there, remember. We saw it yesterday, a lot of the time, pushing and challenging the CTs at the very start. Very confident, very assertive, as Rain spots one towards middle. Good nade, doesn't actually land any damage. Nice idea of spotting the T towards mid. HE, and now the incendiary deployed towards the top of middle.
Pro evaluating the hall with the AK. They're already out from Boiler, smoke down. Trying to force off Kerrigan. That's very aggressive.
What's he up to?
It's taking a gamble on the first gun round, because now they don't actually have to push through the smoke, and they know that too. They're going to slow things down. Flusher gets both kills at Banana, and back goes Golden, so too with Lekro. They were working the mid wall. If Kerrigan was patient, they actually had the setup to deny that at A. They've opened up a real possibility. Golden has made the call to go back, despite the JW's gone down. Still a massive problem at B, because Golden not only made the call, but he's found Guardian on entrance.
Well, there we have it. Fnatic should be picking this one up. 4 players alive and only 2 on the FaZe side here. Olofmeister, just 24 HP. They know money's going to be slightly tight going to the next round. It's almost impossible to even imagine this retake being successful. So hold on to the rifles you've got. Fnatic will post their first round here. This time after losing the pistol. Remember, they picked that up on cash and then still only got 4 rounds in the first half. So this is the start of something that could be positive. We'll have a look at the money overall for the FaZe side. Kerrigan 4K, Nico 2. So yeah, absolutely need to save these weapons and have any chance of getting what could be considered a decent buy. AK for Olaf, Rain with the M4A4. They've got a diffuse kit to save as well, a couple of flashbangs. There we have it, Fnatic punishing FaZe there. I can't really explain that pick or push from Kerrigan there. That was really wild with 1 minute on the clock.
It completely opened the round. There was no need. He had Banana locked down already, unless he had misinformation on the fact that they were being aggressive. But even then, it was a risk. There was a smoke down. There was no confirmation. And they were already committing to the mid wall. Olaf was set to take duels, and suddenly, they're gone. They run back. They can. It's completely wide open. Yep. So misplay from FaZe. Fnatic will absolutely welcome that, because, again, they need back into this. And FaZe on Inferno. They're trying to throw curveballs or otherwise. Have certainly given away a few rounds this weekend. They won't give away anything that time, because Guardian gets out toward the barrels very fast, and Banana finds Flusher.
You see how well timed that was. As soon as he fires the shot, the smoke comes down. He's got a veil to escape. 5 versus 4. Flusher, the player to be dropped. You'll see a lot of that. He likes to go for the duels, and with that, sometimes you will go down. Golden and JW given the task of trying to recover a kill and actually be quite committed here. If the boost comes in towards CT spawn, 2 players waiting now, and they're gonna have to go around the corner. This will not work out well. 1 by 1 they go after finding contact towards that area. The bomb is now dropped. Kerrigan doing great work there with the UMP. 2 kills for him. That should secure the round, but Lekro, can he find anything from this? He knows he needs to find at least maybe 2 kills just to keep them at an arm's length. Not let the economy of FaZe to swell out of control. He's got the AK-47, Molotov on his back. Bomb as well. Nico will be ready and waiting to take this shot, but he won't be fast enough. Lekro takes him down.
Good clean kill, leaves him with the possibility of going for more on 100 HP, tagged up slightly through the wall. No utility, however, he's got to take the fights. Olaf took damage, nearly got both of them, but it's now FaZe to recover and get the round immediately back in their favor, and in doing so, the money as well.
Well, that's fine from Lekro. I said he has 2 kills, that's brilliant, but this was a bit of a miscall from Fnatic. They were hoping just to find 1 there, but Kerrigan ready and waiting with that UMP. He'll get it all done, and yeah, you can see the frustration. He doesn't know why they're making that push. There's no need for it whatsoever. Going in, no utility, no flashbangs deployed, and obviously finding the boost. You can't even shoot both targets at that point. It's the worst of both worlds there. Round number 5 coming in, and it looks like Fnatic are ready to buy. It'll be pretty strong. There'll be some compromises here or there, but overall the money's okay. 2 AKs already. And we'll take a tactical timeout here. You can see the frustration getting to Fnatic over the tournament. There's a lot of death slams and bickering going on. the grand final continues, we'll see a completely different mentality on the FaZe side, looking very happy, haven't really been tested as of yet. So 2 pistols, 3 AKs, well, okay utility in terms of 5 smokes, a few flashbangs, there's the Molotovs as well. Fnatic don't win this round, might be looking down the barrel of a double eco. We'll see what happens. Round number 5, 3-1 in favor of FaZe on the CT side of Inferno. Nades down towards T-steps, won't land too much damage. And Nico, some players coming his direction, and they want to pull back here. They're taking a lot. As Guardian and Nico land in the flames and the HEs there.
He hit Golden, Guardian did, but you're right, they certainly nearly got caught. Good use of utility from Fnatic. That'll push them back. That's exactly what they wanted to do at the very least. They accomplished that goal, but look at Guardian. Even with a smoke down, he's able to fight off of this. If that smoke goes even a foot too deep, he's going to be perfectly positioned, and he goes back out. Flusha's not ready for it. How quick is Guardian? Nails on top of the logs. Flusha standing still.
Beautiful stuff from Guardian. Those are the kind of picks he thrives in. If he's given the opportunity, you know he's going to flick, he's going to be fast and find another opener. It's Flusha again. He went down first in the previous round. Golden's tagged up. The utility's still strong. They've got the 3 smokes, the flashbang, and that 1 Molotov, but they've got no real map presence here. They're trying to get mid-control at this point. Crimson towards the boiler. His teammate Golden joins him, but now with this opening kill, FaZe can just fall back into that passive stance. You don't have to challenge here. Let Fnatic run the timer out. They'll get the mid-control, but do nothing with it. They're going to coordinate back towards the B site, smoke spawn, coffins, Molotov, either new boxes or the first oranges. That's what Karrigan is. And try and overwhelm their opponents here. But Nico, he doesn't miss many shots in this position map. And they've only got 1 flashbang to try and get him out of position.
Good shot, Nico, immediately. Not even having to move, you're right, the flashbang. He stands there and gets the shots off beforehand. Nico!
God.
How clinical, how perfect. Thank you very much for making it easy. He'll take that shooting gallery all day long, and he'll make it 4-1.
Absolutely. You could see it building up there. 1 flash is just not enough to get him out of position. See, he's not even blind at all here. They're going in before the smoke's even bloomed, so what's the point of that smoke going towards coffins now? It doesn't really make sense, does it? If you're to commit like that, he's not flashed, he's not smoked out. That makes that utility redundant. You're just removing players from the situation. The timing's off there. They're obviously trying to get that opening pick and surprise them, but it just works so well for Nico there. That's how he likes to play. Give me the targets, give me that shooting gallery. I'll knock them down all day long. 4-1, full eco now for the Swedes.
You can almost use Thorn's analogy of being at a fair, shooting the targets.
Sure. And just like that, the opponents weren't really shooting back either. Nico is getting them through great screens there. Nothing they can do about that. You need to work on his timings. It's common knowledge he plays over new boxes, coffins. You need to eradicate those risks before you fully commit. As Guardian, very strong in this position. They know he'll be here. They're trying to bait out a shot. Really much expected from this round. PT-50s, Glocks, and no armor. There it is, the Guardian shot coming in. Olaf might go down here, but he does spot Crims, takes a dink, and now just Flusha left in a 5 versus 1. And this second map, Fnatic's pick, not going in their favor at all. In terms of the cash next round, they'll get $2,400, and they've got about 2K right now. So they'll have enough for the AKs. A fumble with a jump up there towards the balcony, but it's fine. It's not like he was going to win this situation regardless.
Don't know that he even wanted to go in because he was already on the balcony. He jumped toward the small window and could have just gone in the door, but that's when you know you're having fun. Let's just throw the bomb down and see if I can bait anyone. Desperation. Perhaps fun's the wrong word. This probably isn't too fun yet for Fnatic as they find themselves down 5-1. With that, though, they will get guns brought back up. Puts them into the third of a total of 5 in which you can accumulate greater money for losing. I know that sounds weird, but again, the lost round bonus, 14, 19, 24, all the way up to 34. Increments of 500, so we're on the 3rd stage of that. And they'll be going against Guardians, AWP yet again. AK carried over for Nico, as well as Olaf and Karrigan. That speaks volumes about how well things are going on the FaZe side.
Guardian changes the position up this time. He'll be going towards the quad side with that AWP. Can't stay there forever, obviously exposed to the boiler, but he will have a teammate with him. That's gonna be Rain, I would imagine. It always is. He sits behind that pillar in the quad. He's actually amazing in this position. I don't know how he gets away with it all the time. No one ever really be able to see to shut it down, but good utility usage there. Olofmeister is baiting out some shots. He'll take a little bit of damage there, but Lekro gets the bay for now. 1 minute 15. They are going for that mid control. Just one player who is flushing once more towards Banana. Still yet to really control this part of the map. A little bit of nade damage there towards Golden.
Guardian certainly ready and waiting for, I was going to say, Lekro to show face. He really did. They gave him exactly what he wanted. His flush awaits at the top of Banana. It's going to be a slow but sure tick toward mid-wall for Fnatic, and that means Guardian, although he's positioned well, can't quite spot them because they get too far to his right. Doesn't want to overexpose. They're going to go passive inside of A instead. Smokes down in front of Library as well.
Good work. Guardian at a 6 HP. They know how he plays. They know his tendencies. Grenade towards a Library, spamming it as well. He goes down to 6. Lucky to still be alive. It's JW to inflict that damage. This is looking quite good for Fnatic. They've got great map control, but not for long. Guardian finds JW on the pallet, flashed up, and it will be the 5 versus 4 with 15 seconds remaining.
To wait to actually complement the flash. Look at the lineup. Oh my goodness, Ray nearly gets away with 2. Guardian, he may have 6 HP, but that's more than enough for a man of his skill and stature because he stays inside a Library, and you're right, Lepro's gonna have to give it up. Run away, he almost ran back toward mid. 2 seconds left, and the flush is gonna go down. He's gonna go down now. Don't die with the AWP. They're gonna need that. Olaf won't get close enough, surely.
A little bit too scary there. We're checking with the scoreboard as it's 6-1 now. JW, 0-7 for him, and Golden and Crims only got 1 frag each. Crims has had a difficult grand final so far. Lekro, he will be at the top with 5 kills. Olofmeister at 8 kills and 0 deaths, Matt. He is unstoppable right now. 7 kills for Guardian, and at the bottom will be Rain, 3 and 3. There you go, it's all on your screens right now. And number 8 will be another, not forced buy from Fnatic with that saved orb. They do get a little bit to work with here. Flasher will use that towards the B site. Guardian taken down. That's another sick deagle shot, and they keep challenging him there. He'll hit shots for days. It's not worth it, really.
Certainly not, so give them something to work with. It's more and more tantalizing that they have that AWP. Nico trying to spot toward Banana, has Kerrigan trying to work off of that rather than go for the bait play. However, they put the smoke down and just go safely to reposition. They're going to reposition through CT. In fact, they're all rotating because they're down to just 3 players. And as they rotate, Crims is actually positioned reasonably well to catch them off, although right now he wants to focus on aiding his teammates. Hopefully he gets turned around in time. He certainly does. Finds Kerrigan. Get Rain as a result of the flash that Crims threw before finding his respective kill, but they do know that he's still there. They're going to try and rush him down. He's staying alive. He's doing a fantastic job of buying space for his teammates on rotate, but unfortunately they're gone, and so too is he. Fnatic find their 2nd round.
Thanks to Lekro. He tried to go for that deagle pick at the start. Certainly was successful. What a beautiful shot that was. He opened things up, took Guardian down, and FaZe get a quick wake-up call there, but Fnatic are starting to look like a world-class team as they build into this grand final now. JW will pick up the AWP. Rifles are out, Crims on the M4A4. Still a full buy here for FaZe. This is the last investment, though. They lose this round, certainly going to be an eco, so Fnatic with a chance now. That was a big round for them.
Absolutely, it's still early days. Nico playing behind the smoke, wants them to commit. Kerrigan, just to note, does have his flash equipped, so he could actually put Nico through that smoke or give him a chance to re-peek. Flash went early. No one there, and Nico was already on his way back. So meanwhile, it's over toward A, where Crims Golden and Lekro Wait Bomb intentionally dropped, and they're not really getting much of a read because FaZe is being very passive this round. A lot of default in this game. Window spray even from Crims to try and bait out some activity. We saw Golden try to do that with pistols as well, just firing shots strictly to see if anyone does move, if anyone has to relocate.
Time ticking away here, Matt. They haven't really got much here. They have got some banana control, so not all is lost. Flusher can call for the rotations if required. I would say that's very likely. Golden, though, the in-game leader, just offers himself up for 3. What was the play there? Trying to show presence, but that does nothing for them. Guardian smoked out, but everything goes towards the B side. They need to be lucky and get that kill through the smoke. Nico's low, but is it going to be enough? There it is. And now Kerrigan, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. 20 seconds. They going back with this?
Watch out. Watch out, Olaf's already behind them. If they go back, there's nowhere to go. He's there in time, and he gets two. Perfectly lined up, flashed off as well. Guardians might be smoked out, but Kerrigan certainly isn't, and they try and stick the plant. Nowhere, no way. Not with FaZe covering off and Olaf on the wrap.
Very slow approach from Fnatic. Couldn't find that assertive play. I'm really not a fan of the strategies where you send one guy through a smoke. You haven't executed really at all, and he just goes to a certain depth. That doesn't force a rotation. That forces nothing. You give it the kill, and ultimately just leaving yourself with less firepower towards the B site, and they get caught off. The smoke gets deployed perfectly by FaZe. But what, the 20-second mark, nothing they can do with it. And they go through, and Olaf Meister with the godlike flank. That's how you flank. He gets 2 kills, and they get completely dumbstruck by his play. They can't do anything with it, and have to go for a desperate plan. Didn't work out. Kerrigan to stay alive. 7-2, and it's a harsh reset now. They've got about, well, it's not too bad. They've got 2 players on 2K, but 3 of them could certainly buy, hovering around $5,000. So there will be a technical pause from what I can see. Golden's asking what's wrong. Another broken microphone for Nico.
So same issue, maybe a sound card or the port. They're gonna change it out entirely this time and see if that'll fix it. Fnatic dominating it again. You talked about it. It was 6-2. If they'd won that, you would have put FaZe in a desperate situation, maybe pulled back to half, and Olaf so timely on the flank.
It was perfect, wasn't it? The fact he didn't pull the trigger on the first guy is like, if they're executing right now, there's a chance if I push around, I'll find another guy with a grenade out, which he certainly did. They'd line up, they're flicking the knives out, the nades. Couldn't get the weaponry out in time. He takes 2 down, and his teammates can't go back and kill him. There's no time left. They have to just run through the fire, the grenades, the bullets, and hope that something magical happens for them. Didn't work out in that fashion. And we're good. We're back into the game by the looks of things. Yeah, it will be a Fnatic timeout now. So they're just going to work out what they're doing here. So they couldn't talk in the technical time.
Exactly. So this goes from technical to tactical. It can't go the other way around because Nico would have been able to speak during the tactical that Fnatic was called. So we get a little bit more time. This will be under 30 seconds at this point. Time's already been ticking into that. Just to mention as well, Fnatic yesterday, we mentioned it against, or at least in their semi-final, when they were very, very emotional, that they were hitting desks and whatnot. And
we've seen a bit of that
against Team Liquid. Yeah, it's a bit of that again today. It's really early in the series, and they don't look like they're pleased, at least not individually on any front. So this could be something they have to keep in check, if you will. And that's part of, although it's everyone's responsibility to take care of yourself in that way, but it's part of Golden to make sure that he's dealing with the personalities correctly. Part of his role.
We're back into it, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 10. 3 AK-47s, 2 Deagles. Lectro, though, is absolutely fine with that prospect. He has hit some wonderful shots. As Chad pointed out on the desk, it's all he's really done so far. Didn't have any real impact with the rifles whatsoever. As we'll get into round number 10, a dink for Golden there. He does do a little bit of damage towards Kerrigan, but they'll fall back now, the CTs, with an advantage. Good attempt there by Golden, but couldn't quite find the shot. Remember, he's only got the Deagle. And he might just, I think he had the AK at the start. He's giving that over.
Guardian forced off his angle at Arch. Grim's down. Rain got him. That was clean. Toward the quad side. No damage done, or hardly that, if any damage done toward Rain. They're going to go back to get the bomb. That's still down toward T-Steps. In fact, Golden's not going to at this point in time. Minute left. Time to do so, but you would have thought if they were going to start to execute, he was going to compliment that he would go for it. They're running into a slaughter. Olaf transfers around, pushes out. Guardian doesn't need to do anything aggressive, and now it's Rain's turn to strike. They're just going one after the other and picking Fnatic apart. Finally, Flusher will go get the bomb, but at this point in time, with 2 AKs, Lecro has to get the next shot. Does against Rain. That'll allow him to at least work to the wall, gives Flush access toward apartments, and again, Guardian likes to play in front of the library. Does he rotate at this point in time, or does Olaf go toward Pit? Because they have no one covering that side of the site, and that could allow for a bomb plant if they're quick enough with it. If they're able to especially catch out Olaf with 27 HP in transition, that might happen. The timing. Okay, he goes to the site. I was going to say, if he wanted to go toward Graveyard or Pit, would be actually in favor of Fnatic. In they go. Olaf to the corner. May not even get that far because Guardian's lining them up. Throw with 1. Chance that if he finds Olaf immediately, he could steal the round back, but Olaf spots his back exposed.
The problem is, sure, if he gets that kill, there's a chance, but the bomb was up in the balcony, and there was 8 seconds remaining, so the kill would have just been damaging the money of FaZe. And he got the opening kill. 2 rounds this half. They won both of those rounds.
Well,
so they are converting advantages, at least, which was a problem on Cash. They were getting the opening picks and not getting the round. So at least there's some good news in that respect. But they have to take the full eco. This certainly isn't good news. They force poured in the previous, got really nothing done. And JW get the frag here. 0, 1, and 9. Does not bode well as the superstar sniper of the team.
And they mentioned on the desk as well, last map, he was the only one that had impact.
Yeah, he's disappeared now. It's a difficult map on the T side for the AWPs, but he's a very proficient rifler as well. That's not the reason he's not fragging hard. He's a great hybrid all-rounder. And you'll see a bit of damage inflicted there towards Crims. I believe that was from a nade towards the boiler room. Rain takes 5 damage with the headshot.
Fortunately, it's not the first pick, because if that stat had any truth to it, they would have loved to have welcomed that on their side. And Kerrigan, instead, it's going to open up not only once, but twice. Takes down both Lekro. Golden. Damage done to Crims, Flusha, and now it's just JW. He'll be run down by Olaf, who gets all 3 of the remain. And it's 9-2. Not even really challenging at this point, FaZe, as they start to build their money back up. It's not swelled out of control by any means, but they have a round in hand.
There we go. Another gun round for Fnatic. 9-2 down on the T side of Inferno. Remember, this is their pick. Need to start posting numbers right here, right now. So far, 2 rounds is just not going to cut it. They need to be aiming for at least 5 here to stand a real chance of breaking down the FaZe machine. Crims towards the apartments right now. A player that needs to turn up in this grand final. Showing signs of frustration. Flush up. He pushes through a smoke and goes down to 25 HP. Surely is dealt with here. Indeed he is. Kerrigan gets 1, but Golden, good news. He does get a second there. So Rain will be dropped in the apartments. They have got mid control, but the bomb has been left on T steps. Have they realized that yet? Plenty of time, not a huge issue.
Second time they've left it there and been this far committed. The problem is that Kerrigan, if he pushes down Banana, it's going to limit them from going back to get that bomb flash out, no peek.
He probably won't do that again after getting wrecked before.
It's true, you're right. And JW's going now, which actually means they've got to hold station. In fact, they forfeit middle as a result of this. And because they're going to forfeit middle, JW, because he's so far forward on it, will go toward Banana first. Crims picks up the bomb instead, but they're giving away a lot of time. If they find Kerrigan behind the sandbags, they might get in, and JW's done exactly that. Complimentary kill by Lekro, off-site as well, and he's going to add to that by getting Guardian. Nico, the only one left, and bomb is reversed yet again. So even if Nico finds JW, bomb's going to go down to the A site. Lekro's ready for that. Nico may have realized it, but not much I'm sure that he'll be able to do at this point in time.
Kerrigan by the sandbags there. That was a very important frag. This is looking good for Fnatic now. Bomb planted. Nico's not going for it. He'll save his AK-47. Obviously, that's not available on the CT side. In terms of the money, FaZe are fine overall, but saving the AK will certainly help things out. Kerrigan down to 3K, Rain 2.6. So yeah, save the AK. Allow them to have the round. That's much better. Lekro having some impact there with the AK-47. Great picks. Managing to find Rain in the apartments early on, gave him that advantage. And Kerrigan couldn't hold on towards B. Good mid-round calls there from Golden. Working out where they found advantages, what information his teammates have got. You don't have to fully commit just because all 5 players are there. If you do find an open site and you know that the rotations aren't going to screw you over, that's absolutely fine, as long as you have information. If you go to, let's say, the B side at the very start of all 5 players and you've sat there for 30 seconds, it's not really viable to fall back. But if you have them default, you know where they're playing very passive, you have 1 player holding middle, going back is absolutely fine. 9-3, round number 13, been quite the fast-paced first half here. Orb for Guardian once again, AK saved by Nico, and JW with the sniper rifle this time. I assume he's posted his first kill by now. He has 1 at 11. So let's see if it's enough to get him into this game.
And a super important round again for Fnatic if they want to make this a contest and make it perhaps even toward what should be their goal at this point. 9-6, because they can break Fnatic here and now. Going a little bit further forward this time in middle, which is encouraging to see, given that that last time could have cost them. Nico's gotten flushed down. Massive damage to both Guardian and Nico, who got stuck in behind the sandbags, yet somehow they come out with a kill.
Yeah, still frustrating for him, though. They can just reposition and play off that. They've got the AWP on that side of the map. It doesn't really matter how low he is. If he's just hitting the shots 1 by 1, Fnatic will still struggle here. Mid will be their play. Kerrigan, he's not low. Molotov towards the corner. And Guardian, nice rotation. You see, damage won't be a massive factor here. He hits this shot almost every single time, and they'll know it. They'll have to drop the smokes here. And will he do it again? This time, Flash has to fall back. Crims, great position. This could be everything, but no, Rain ready and waiting in the graveyard. Lekro will do what he can here. Golden, it's up to him. 3 versus 2, they have time as he makes his way towards the site. Nails the shot, but Guardian still alive and kicking. The low HP does not matter, but now he has 0. Nico 1 versus 1 with JW. Bomb planted, and he knows that he's low. He picks up the M4 instead. This shot is surely his, and he does it. JW delivers right when his team needs him to.
Absolutely massive from JW. He gets only 3 kills so far in this game, 2 in that round, but talk about impact and contribution as opposed to kills. He's now broken down FaZe. It's exactly what they need. 9-4, and you're right. New Nico is low off the early exchange, and Banana swaps out to the M4.
And this is looking good now for Fnatic. I think they've broken them to a full eco here. I just see HE grenades and maybe a couple of deagles here or there. That is it. Round 14. They can find 9-6. This game's back on. Remember, this is their pick. It is a CT-sided map, and Fnatic with 6, I wouldn't be too worried for them. They could probably pull that one back. They've already beat FaZe on this map. They know what they have to do. It was a rough start. This round is looking very positive. Surely Rain goes down. Indeed, he does. Olaf Meister now. Equal treatment received. 5 versus 3. And those are the deagles down as well. So nothing will be done with this round. It's up to Fnatic just to make sure it's 100% clean.
Lasha to evaluate B just to make sure that if he spots multiple people, he can make that call. If he spots no one, that they don't walk into a stack on A respectively. So he'll sit and at least fire some shots off toward Coffin. Bomb is slowly working toward A, however. You're right, taking the full eco. They leave themselves in a position to buy in the next round. It'll be $2,400, and everyone's above that 2K mark we talked about last map on cash. The CTs need ultimately for a buy. So round 15, full gun round at the very least. Confirms site is clean. Bomb to be planted safely inside of it as well. They don't want to necessarily give up anything to a rotation, a wrap, a hidden player coming out from the stairs at Graveyard. That's about the only spot I don't think they did check, but going Guardian back towards spawn. Interestingly enough, don't want to give away anything at all, even though, as I say, they'll be able to buy next round no matter what. Might be able to isolate Lasha though. That AK would be very welcome for the CTs to take.
Not going to happen, though. Fnatic will find the round number 5, Nico. Last player remaining on the bridge. There's a flush is low, but he won't be extending any further, it seems. You're right, though. If Nico can get that AK, that would be great news for him. Makes a sound with the footstep. Accordingly, as Guardian hurting his teammates once again, Matt, it seems. Up to no good. But round 15 coming in.
He's got the AWP.
Oh, yes, he has. They're actually a little bit limited still, even after the full eco. You can see 5 players without helmets. That wouldn't be a factor at all, but it just shows you where they're at right now, having to save every dollar they can to get out a basic amount of utility. You can see Guardian almost no nades. 1 kit available, that's in the back of Carrigan. We'll get into the final round of the first half. FaZe looking to find double digits here, and Fnatic will do everything they can to deny that.
Molotov for Flusha to clear behind the sandbags. Take that back, actually didn't bounce like it was going to. It's actually going to burn Kerrigan. They did the flash on top of the Molotov. We talked about that. It's actually coming back into fashion. It's so powerful, but for a while it was not utilized.
So he might be looking to boost his teammate Nico up on the half wall. Sprays towards the logs, trying to inflict damage there, but bullets being rattled back as Grims once again helps himself towards the quad. Golden, good flag. Electro performing again with the AK-47.
Perfect from Electro. He knew exactly that Rain traded from the balcony and he would be falling back inside of the pit. Looked accordingly and directly into the transition period between the broken wall and below the balcony itself. Good call, good action, and now they can take the bomb in toward A. 9-6 looking very likely at this point in time. Kerrigan and Nico to rotate, and Kerrigan, remember, is tagged early to that 22 HP.
It's much better from Fnatic now, finding those opening picks and converting them as well. No saving here. It is the final round. Carrigan and Nico limited. Even more so now. Nico will be dropped. 9-6. Well recovered by Fnatic there, showing they still are alive and kicking in this best of 5 grand finals. As their map pick, it started off very rough indeed, but they're getting back into it now. 9-6 at half. It's going to be a very interesting second half to see whether they can pick up the pistol and start getting the lead here. We'll have to find out after this break.
We might have a game now. The grand finals might have just begun in many ways. 9-6, 4 rounds in a row for Fnatic at the end of the first half, and they might give themselves a chance with a pistol to run away and start to build up a bank. Potentially get to that 9-9 scoreline. JW looks sharp, even though he didn't have a lot of kills to start off, but in the end, he certainly stepped it up. He may only have 3, but those 2, none more important than in that clutch.
Absolutely,
to
Matt.
break the bank.
Lekro looking confident as well, seeming to find some form, shaking off those nerves. And 6 rounds, sure, they're still trailing. Remember, it's a CT-sided map. That's where they are right now. This pistol will mean everything. Smoke's deployed already. Flashbang's going in, and FaZe not wasting any time here. 2 players quickly towards the apartments. Carrigan looking towards that boiler room, and JW's going to find a couple of kills here, but he whiffs a little bit there. Makes up for it with that one. Guardian gets dropped, and JW still alive, but not for long. Olofmeister will find him. Golden's been pretty sharp, actually. He's finding shots you wouldn't normally expect from him, and they have the lead for now. 4 versus 3.
Rain putting the bomb down inside of the site. He actually had to relocate, so it took a bit longer. Couldn't join back in battle with Nico. Golden gonna lead the charge. You're right, he has been finding a few shots. He's gonna look for one more before going down, perhaps in the site against Rain. Better shot from Rain. Return, though, means problems for Flusha. Gets the trade, but it leaves him the open to Nico, and Nico, as always, finds kills in 3s. It's another hat trick, and the pistol round to FaZe.
So sick. Just when it looked like Fnatic had done enough, they're good trades. They had the man advantage. It's the beast from the east, Nico, stepping up once again. Glock in hand, headshots all over the place. He makes them look foolish, and Crims feels it. Slamming the desk, and Carrigan probably can't believe those shots coming in there. Nico does it again. CZ's Deagles, they will be force buying here as FaZe reach number 10.
Remember that Nico on a gun round had 4 kills. He gets 3 there. That's 7 of his 11. So again, impact for sure. Doesn't know much else, but that's fine because they have a 10-6 lead. They have the money in their favor. Back 10 for Olaf. He's the one inside of Boilers, so he'll be looking to be disruptive on that side of the map, while they perhaps head toward B. Rotation early from JW will complement the defense, but Smoke's down either direction. No commitment. FaZe just trying to prod and learn exactly what's going on against Fnatic. 1 minute and 20 to work with.
Just those CZs waiting at the B side. 3 players reside. Golden, JW, and Flusha. FaZe know they don't have to do anything too fancy here. Got the map control. That's already gathered towards the banana area. Go in numbers. 4 players towards middle. Nico just making sure they don't have any vision whatsoever towards that banana side. He'll fall back and join his teammates towards middle. It's Crims waiting at the quad side. Do well to get 1 kill here. No trade just yet, but not for long. Jumping shot there from Carrigan with the UMP. And it's that Deagle of Lekro. Needs to be stronger than ever now. He'll be on 17 HP, but he'll still find frags. Golden will help him out as well. And this is looking good now. Flashbang will be decent, and he's still alive here on the bomb site. 30 seconds remain.
1 quick kill for Nico does free up some space. It puts pressure on Golden to push through, but he's going to do exactly that. Flash in the smoke, can't quite get the kill. Lekro doesn't want to commit to it, despite that he likely could have traded it, and he will eventually. Because if he went too soon, he would have been spotted by the second man, Nico, who Flusha disposes of. Great recovery from Fnatic.
Every time, it's Lekro with that Deagle. Got to be one of the strongest in the game right now. I feel like FaZe will force buy in return. We'll have a look. They've got about $2,000. Indeed, they will. Nico commits first. Deagle armor purchased. CZ for Carrigan. P250 for Olofmeister. So a mixed bag. Guardian won't go all in. Of course, the AWP. He'll be on Deagle. No armor here. They've got 1 smoke, a Molotov and a flashbang. As Fnatic can start to bring out the rifles here. The AK recovered from last round. That'll be the hands of Flusha. A couple of FAMASs and JW Golden on those SMGs, which should be absolutely fine. Win this round, then 10-8, then up against a full eco phase. So this is very important they convert this one. Need to start finding consecutive rounds.
Fire's still at middle. Nico trying to make his Deagle replicate that of Lekro. Crims is certainly sitting in the open. Too open, perhaps, because Nico's not ready for that angle and gets the kill, falls off immediately. As he should do. So Smoke still toward the arch side. Means that Rain's up next. I'm gonna leave Olaf and head back elsewhere. Other side of the map, other intended target, Golden, the one that's directly inside of B as Flusha starts off that direction to support it. There's a Molotov and a flash to work with for FaZe. It's not a smoke, certainly. So Means they can't cover CT. Instead, they want to clear off against Ruins. Gives Flush a perfect line of sight and a crossfire that is all too easy. Golden just has to finish it out. He's very low though, 2 HP. Might still amount to a plant if Olaf finds the kill fast enough, but Lekro's too close. Can't get the bomb as it's around the corner. And Lekro makes sure of it.
Nice work there by Fnatic. That's the big round for them. Now they'll start to believe and realize it's still possible here. It's their map pick. Sure, they're 10-8 down, but now up against the full eco of FaZe. 10-9 almost guaranteed at this point. FaZe can't really do much more than maybe, what, 1P 250? Maybe not even that. They're going to go for the full eco here. Nothing purchased whatsoever. Not a single dollar brought into round number 19. Now a chance just to sit back and wait. You can see Flusher just opts for just a deagle here. He's got money for SMGs, but doesn't want to waste it. Wants to wait until he needs the rifle and invest there.
And JW are going to push together toward middle. After Lekro gets rain, they know they're going to be funneled back in that position. Getting eager with the weapons. Can't quite take down Kerrigan, but it's Lekro that takes out Olaf and things will be fine. Nico's still waiting bottom mid, hoping someone's going to get aggressive as well toward Banana. Just he and Guardian that are left. So, in some certain way, I suppose, anyway, we got that 9-9 scoreline. Just give away the round earlier to FaZe, if you will. Let's make it the 3-1 start. We'll see if they can recover in the next with guns back out as well. Crims will work into the stairwell. Guardian certainly at the ready, but just the Glock to work with. Crims makes no mistake. That's the bomb down as well.
Free fire coming in. Guardian dropped. Nico. Not really much he can do with this. He's hoping that a mistake is made. Maybe he can find a rifle and cause some sort of damage to the defense here, but they've got no reason to push. They know it's a full eco, but JW never stopped him before. He'll have a look around, but it's such a difficult frag to find. JW's bouncing about, and you've only got the Glock there. Has to be perfect headshots, and not going to happen. 10-9, Fnatic bringing this one back. First time the scoreline's been this close, really. All for Guardian. Remember, one of the scariest T-AWPers in the game. Flusher will upgrade his deagle to the M4A4. Crim sticks on the FAMAS, and JW won't be bringing out the AWP anytime soon. So FaZe are the ones to call for a tactical timeout here. A chance to discuss their upcoming strategy. Whether we run in the default or they go for a fast-paced execution. We'll find out momentarily as they work out what their battle plan's going to be. You can see Kerrigan strategizing there and working out what play they should come up with. Obviously, the coach Roban will be getting stuck in at this point and giving his thoughts. No Fnatic will have safe weaponry in terms of SMGs and the FAMAS. Is it a chance to exploit it? I know they didn't really find any kills at all, so it's unlikely the SMGs were thrown away. JW not getting the AWP out just yet.
T-side op for Guardian. Hype that up many a time and off for good reason. We'll see if it can make good on it again this time as well. He's the one with the bomb. I imagine he'll get rid of that once he removes himself from the mid pick. He's actually going to hold that position rather than going toward Banana for a faster play. Smoke deep from Fnatic, perhaps discouraging that decision. Rain and Olaf have pushed up quite far, but look at JW's position. Small, narrow cubby, and he wants to take advantage of it. Gun shows. Olaf knows he's there. They pre-fire him out of the corner. He still does good damage to Rain, all things considered.
Yeah, considering the situation, Matt, that's not the worst outcome for him. He was done for there, and he stays alive long enough to take Rain down to 11 HP. But they have the advantage now. Golden trying to recover it. He'll be by the barrels.
Nico went all the way back toward the entrance to the kitchen and threw the flash over. They wanted Guardian to get the shot toward the barrels. It just didn't work out. The timing slightly off as Golden gets pushed off.
Well, Molotovs will come through. Pushing the CTs back, removing information. They have no idea what kind of numbers on the other side of that Molotov. There's only one player in the form of Nico, which happens quite a lot for FaZe, or else they're all five, which is the reality. Baiting out their utility. CTs deploy one of their final smokes. They have 2 flashbangs now, and 2 players on the B site. That's going to be Golden and Flush Up. They've boosted Golden up on the second barrels there. And the full commitment comes in. He's going to have a lot of trouble. They've spotted one behind new boxes. They deal with the first, and CTs won't get anything done here at all, Matt. That's going to be a clean round. Olaf Meister getting it done with 3 in total in round number 20 here.
Crimson Lekro have to back it. They'll try and at least see what they can spot inside of the site to take anyone down with them. Kits on both, so if they can find picks, there's a justifiable reason to stick around.
Yeah,
Smart call at this point in time.
definitely. Especially when, you know, Guardian's got an AWP out. You got 4 kills to fight. Olofmeister's already taken 3v down. Maybe just save the weaponry at this point. The money should be okay. Yeah, absolutely. They got 4.5 grand on Lekro. Crims just shy of 4 as well. They save these 2 weapons. They can definitely get a decent buyout, and will be FaZe funding the 11th round up against Fnatic's 9. First pick towards the apartment area. That was a difficult pick. The UMP of the CT waiting there. It's a really awkward position sometimes. If they do pin skew like that, it's unlikely you get much at all. As Fnatic found out, 11-9, the AWP for the first time on the CT Force. JW, we'll have a look at his spawn. It is quite close towards top of middle. He could go for an opening pick if he really wants to, even look towards second middle. That's an option. We'll see which way he decides to play this one. He does head towards middle. Jumps across and actually looking towards the thought he's going for the T-steps pick. That would have been brave.
It would have been very brave knowing Guardian has that AWP, because second round in a row he posts on that position. Changing the angle, top of ult mid, but meanwhile it's Nico and Kerrigan trying to work out toward a very passive banana hold from both Flusha and Golden. Optimistic for Crims. Fires into the hallway. Commonly occupied throughout this game for both respective T-halves, so definitely some involvement. Oh, Guardian through the edge of the smoke finds Golden on the edge of the wall as well. Yes. Flusha's got to retreat.
He absolutely has to. Great pick there. We discussed it in the pre-game. Guardian is so strong on a T side. Inferno AWP.
Guardian's trying to bait them back into that as well.
Absolutely. Well, Flusha will be there alone. Less than a minute remaining. Crims and JW with an offensive stance towards the mid area. You can see JW with that orb perched on the corner, waiting for anyone to pick middle, but he can be flashed and smoked off relatively easily. Guardian waits for smoke to subside there. Macro holds on the bomb side, not in the pit this time. There's shots fired there by JW. Guardian could challenge. He is making his way towards that position. Smoke down though, good HE, might not do too much damage, actually barely any, as they'll go towards the quad now. JW have to rotate and Crims in the pit. Lekro on the bomb site, it will be a good start. Lekro can't get anything done though. Wow. And now just JW with the AWP. I think he has to fall back, doesn't even get the chance. Great coordination there from FaZe, trading out the frags, everyone stepping up. You can see Guardian, Nico, Olofmeister, Kerrigan all finding frags there, operating at maximum efficiency.
Lekro's angle seemed so good in that as well, and he took one step off it, waiting for a flash, and that's exactly when they strike.
Absolutely so. Well, Flusha has nothing to do in this round, and there'll certainly be Eco going into next. Even if he does save the M4, they'll get $1,900. They pretty much are all invested fully. And Flusha, pretty common position to save weaponry. The T apartments here, pretty useless part of the map. And he's gonna do a bit of washing up first. Price Megs.
Doesn't quite have the rotation of that fan down, but fair enough. Bomb gone. Flusha wants the weapon. It's 11 rounds for FaZe, 2 rounds more than that, or excuse me, 12 rounds. Didn't switch over, my mistake, but 12 rounds, 3 rounds more therefore than what Fnatic has. So they won the pistol, they lost afterward, but as soon as the guns come back out, they went 2 on bomb plants alone. In that time, there's been 3 guns saved total. 2 in the first, 1 in the second. You're right, it was extremely close on the top of the logs. That boost is interesting as well. We saw Guardian trying to pull them back toward that by firing in, just spam the shots. He knew that he hit that so fast, they would have had no idea that the boost existed.
Lekro's got a deagle again. There's always a chance when he has that particular weapon, but I say that this time Olofmeister with a good spawn. He'll use the AWP to great effect, taking the CT corner and finds the aforementioned Lekro.
JW, by the way, only with 6 kills, even still on the CT side.
Even with that clutch. So that was high impact, you were right, but still not keeping up with the pace of the rest of his teammates. 22 kills for Olofmeister. Great stuff.
Kerrigan still positioning himself in middle, is going to get his team to rotate back toward him. JW is up close inside of the smoke. This could potentially catch them off, but it is just the P250. Flusha is back towards CT. Perhaps he wants to save that out of the round if things don't go well enough early on. Green made no mistake finding that P250. Took a good amount of damage for it, but it's fine because they now have the 2-man advantage. He doesn't have to be the 4-man every time. Someone else can take a turn, and Nico and Guardian might do exactly that toward B. Again, it's completely vacant. Flusha needs to keep this gun. If he's going to do so, he's got to get the kill on Kerrigan. He has managed it. He'll grab the AK. M4 left on the archway. Remember that for rotation. They'll be able to pick that up. Crims are golden. Meanwhile, sight completely open. Ball thrown across for safety. Will be planted, and it'll have to be a desperate play if Fnatic even fancy this. And they're not going to. They're already backing off. They already know it. So an AK to carry over with the M4, and that's the best they can hope for.
Yeah, they don't have the luxury right now of even attempting 4 versus 3s with a bomb plant on the B side. Let's just hold on to the weaponry here. The money will be back in their favor going to the next round, but round number 13 has been picked up by FaZe here. They're looking incredibly sharp in this grand final so far. As Guardian will be giving the AWP up just in case. He's got the HP to go and search for anyone waiting towards the T-steps or indeed underpass. That's where Golden is right now. It's a difficult angle to challenge, but if he misses the first few shots, he can't really retreat too effectively. Guardian just be able to spot him, or maybe he can. Takes him down, and there it is. That wasn't one of the guns they were saving there, so that's absolutely fine. He only had the pistol, so you might as well try and see what's available to him. Just a bullet to the face. Got a Rain fan club over there.
And earned his fans. He's certainly been impressive. Number 4 in the world last year on HLTV. 3 more to go for FaZe to take a 2-0 start and head to overpass. Remember, we talked about that and how promising it can be. No doubt that Fnatic certainly can as well. And you're right, it hasn't looked amazing for FaZe, but with the way this series has gone, I'm not optimistic. I have to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. We'll take the tactical timeout. It's come to an end. We can have a look at the final buy for Fnatic. Remember, they saved a couple of weapons there. JW will not have the AWP. Wasn't able to really challenge Guardian at all. 6 and 16 for him. 5 and 4s. They do have the kits, though. The utility's okay. They have the smokes, the incendiaries, the flashbangs, a couple of HEs in for good measure. Round number 23 starts. 13-9 down on the CT side of Inferno. Fnatic really need to dig deep here. They have to pick up Inferno. This is their pick. Can't go on to phases and be 2-0 down. It just won't be possible for them, I don't think. This has to be a victory. Needs at the start are good. From both sides, you can see Flusha and Golden taking quite a lot of damage there. Very slow default. T-side not committing whatsoever. They have got some basic apartment control as well, Olaf and Reina. The rest of the team, very slow. Guardian waiting all the way to the bottom and middle. Kerrigan and Nico at the T-steps as they bait out the utility at the very start. Golden and Flusha at the mouth of the B-bomb site. You can see they're just trying to hunt for a bit of intel here, but we've got a massive problem. Look who's coming for them. Guardian potentially making his way towards that area. Flusha, no nades. Golden, no nades. They have to fight with just pure brawn here if they're going to have any chance of finding kills.
They need to play off of each other perfectly.
Thing is, that great presence at the start, sure, that's fine. You've got nothing from that now,
exactly.
And you can't even defend the bomb site. So you've got the control, but what has it done for you? FaZe have just waited for you to go back, and they've still got plenty of time to execute here if they really want to. And Flusha and Golden will have no smokes, no incendiaries to hold them off. It will be such a difficult round for them if they do fully commit. 25 seconds though, Matt. And it doesn't look like they'll be heading towards B, but the bomb is there now, so still a chance, and they need to work what they're doing. Looks like a banana split potentially here, or a complete fake towards A.
I think this is the fake. Guardian's already falling off of it. Olaf gets 1 kill. Now he's got Arch side. That's the more important of the 2 kills, believe it or not, because everyone's got to go by him at some point in time, and Nico takes Golden. Flusha was sold. He's already back towards CT. Smoke down. He's not going to have any luck getting back in easily and spraying it. He's got to be somewhat careful as well. He does actually manage to get Nico. A good start as well, because he transfers back into Ruins, and Guardian's the next that he finds. They have the advantage. And they have 2 kits to work with, which means Flusha knows with Ruins clear and 1 inside of the site, there's likely 1 in Banana. Where is Kerrigan playing from? Quick check, finds Banana already. Flusha's doing it all. 3 kills for him, and Kerrigan has to step out early. Finds Lekro, but they can play this together. Flusha low HP, can afford to be the one to peek first. Damage on the Crims. Kerrigan's playing this perfectly. They're not quite close enough. If Flusha goes, it's such a long angle for Crims to have to play, but he closes the distance, and he'll get the round.
Just make sure it's come through. Yep, it's absolutely fine. Fnatic do win the round there. Amazing attempt from Kerrigan. You can see what he wanted to do there. He was spamming a lot of bullets, couldn't commit to the spray at the very end. Got 1, kept them very humble in terms of their money for the next round. And Olaf Meister, if he finds that 1 kill of the coffins, maybe that was enough to set Kerrigan up. FaZe give up the round 13-10, but only one player survives. Remember, FaZe are absolutely fine for cash at this point. They'll have a few players hovering on the 4K mark even after the full investment here. 13-10, all recovered. They'll be in the hands of JW once again. Still on 6 frags. Is he able to go toe-to-toe with one of the world's best here? Guardian pushes the flame, spots one, hits him. Golden goes down at 48. And the nades are great there. Nico takes both of them to the face. You can see them working in tandem to find the first pick. That's great from Fnatic.
Kerrigan working in, knows the angle toward Coffin as well, but still can't get it. He goes straight toward Golden, unfortunately for him. Flush is far quicker to respond, and he gets Guardian as well. Perhaps got confidence seeing his teammate run in and got inspired, but foolishly slow. Flusha. Great 2 rounds in a row now for him as he finds Olaf. 5 kills. Excuse me, more than that. 7 kills over the last 2 rounds for Flusha. Just Rain to find him. We could have ourselves on 13-11 with not much left for FaZe. We are far from done on Inferno as Rain looks desperately into the site. 55 seconds. He does have the kit. A lot of room to work with toward Banana. Tries to spray in smoke. Gone Flusha with the ace. Gets all 5. And Fnatic can find themselves some form off of him alone.
Very good stuff there. Strong. As the B bomb side is completely in favor of the Fnatic side there. Flush up. And some decent rounds here. You can see from the Coffins, isolating Kerrigan there. Smoke behind him, and he finds a second as Guardian tried to back him up, and Kerrigan knew that first pick he got in CT spawn could have been enough. The Flusher was too quick. This is their final buy in terms of the residual cash they have available. Just a deagle here for Rain. Kerrigan with the AK. Sometimes they do swap that over, considering Rain's one of their absolute star players. We'll be fine on the Desert Eagle for now. Olofmeister with the orb. Remember, he got the opening pick when he tried towards Banana. Will he have that decent spawn again? He has got the very best spawn available, as you can see at the very front of the pack. So will he go for the B pick once more? Time will tell. Not going to be wasting any time. Knife out as he goes towards the logs here. Looks at the corner, sees the nades. Does get hit by them, but still enough to challenge this area. 1 minute 35.
Rain, preemptive strike, doesn't spot anyone with the deagle. It's JW that'll be forced back by it. Or at least cautiously elects to fall back because of it. Just smoke deployed toward the top of Banana. No decision yet from FaZe. Golden and Flusha with the crossfire yet again.
All 5 players here, map. Smokes to go through. It'll be a basic execution with no Molotovs here. Olofmeister getting ready to lead the pack. Nico gets in front of him. They'll flash in. They'll be ready to go. There are the smokes, and here comes the final commitment here. The CTs are ready. Great flashbangs in there, making things incredibly uncomfortable as Golden gets 2. Will there be anything in return here from FaZe? I'm not sure. It looks really chaotic right now. Olofmeister runs past one in the smoke, but finds the opening frag here. 3 versus 4, but look at the HP. They've lost so much health, and a missed shot from Guardian.
Twice, but he knows that JW's there. JW's trapped in the smoke and still finds the kill on a Guardian. Snapping to his left, and Flusha cleans up. We are back within 1, and Fnatic looking poised to take their map. We've got a grand final, absolutely.
Definitely do.
No more slamming desks for Crims now, and pressure perhaps, and a little bit of stress showing on the face of Guardian.
It wasn't the best execution by any stretch. Clumsy with the smokes and the flashbangs. Wasn't clear of the CTs through them, or they're getting team blind there, but Guardian misses the shot as JW commits through the smoke, and that really was the end of the round. They'll have to take an eco, and Fnatic looking to tie things up now. 3 rounds in a row for the Swedes. It was looking desperate in the first half, but FaZe Clan are known to have their weaknesses on this particular map. Deagles, P250s, no armor, no nades. 13-12 as we head into round number 26 here. Olof waiting for his teammates as Rain will be challenging Banana with Deagles and the P250s, and it's unlikely they even find much more than maybe 1-2 kills.
Already it starts to work in the favor for Fnatic. JW on the AWP. Up to 8 kills. He still had a very slow game, and he's going to get overrun by Nico this time on the Deagle. That's going to give the AWP to FaZe to work with, but not for Crims to worry about, because he takes down both Olaf and Rain. He can fall back in the site. And although Nico has the weapon, he's got to find an angle to use it with. They don't have one currently, that's for sure.
Well, Nico now will use all the time available to see whether he can find any sort of opening pick here. And we'll have the 4-stage loss bonus next round, so we'll have the guns once again. This is not really looking possible at this point. 35 seconds and I head towards B. No smokes or anything to really gain them access towards this site whatsoever. Carrigan will try and be the bait on the end of Nico's green fishing rod here. And look towards the coffins and spots nothing. Allows his teammates to get a bit closer. They'll make some noise, might as well commit now. And they'll have to bravely cross CT spawn.
They might be able to flush Golden out. Flash spotted, but he's got the right side of the box. His left, but the correct side to spot the bomb planter. Fast play from Nico, but nothing more he can do. 8 seconds, he'll go down and at least get the money in a tie game. Fnatic, better late than never, are pulling it back 4 rounds in a row and doing so.
Definitely. It's looking quite good for them now with 4 rounds in a row arriving just in time. All power on both sides once again. JW starting to get back into this now. 8 kills and a couple of the last few. Now once again, I'd like to see more defaults from FaZe. That's when they're doing their best work. As soon as they're going for set pieces at the very start of each round, that's when it all started to look a little bit clumsy almost as the first shot comes in. JW does get hit, man, down to 19 HP. What a challenge this time from Quad.
Yeah, Gordy was jumping toward the box and still got caught. Rain cannot peek toward Lekro. Far too many flames in that small hallway. Boost for Golden. They're going to leave him on the wall as well. What's the call for Flusha in response to that? Confident enough to leave Golden? Perhaps not. Certainly can't leave him now because all he's leaving is a corpse. Nico, what a shot to start it off inside of Banana.
That's not too bad at all. Golden will be footing that one in the morning. Remember, JW has been tagged up as well. 5 on 4 in favor of the FaZe clan. Guardian waiting for any sort of reaction at this point. They still have a minute on the clock, and this will bait out utility. Let us wait to see if there's any sort of reactions in terms of the rotations, certainly is. Crims makes his way towards B to back up Flusha. JW will have to hold strong in middle with just the AWP and low HP. Nico and Carrigan just pushing back and making sure no one's close range here. Make sure they have no intel in terms of the manpower available to FaZe in the banana area. There's one of the last few grenades. 1 smoke remains now and 2 flashbangs. JW feels like it's a B attack. It's a fake once again. This time Nico to open things up. He'll find the first shot. Surely gets nothing more, and Crims keeps the dream alive. Lekro alone on the A side, but not for long. JW rotates in, but he's got smoke down in front of him. Does he push it? That's the question. Lekro, he will be overlooked, and this could all fall apart for FaZe.
They're going to stare down Lekro as a result of that, and as they get focused in on, that's exactly when JW tries to strike Guardian. Somehow nearly pulls it off as he looks for the second shot, but it is Fnatic in the lead, finally.
And that could be everything. No bomb planted there. Timeout coming in, and that was FaZe's round. They had to convert that one, but once again, a difficult finish, disjointed almost, going for the big fakes, and Nico brought it into a 5 versus 3 to open things up, but they overlooked the key position. Lekro is gifted 1 for free. And at that point, it got very confusing indeed. As soon as he gets that pick, the attention taken away from JW, lets him get through the smoke. They can't find the frags they need. And all of a sudden, 14-13, they're gonna have to take just a partial buy here, I believe. And essentially be playing for overtime. Don't see them doing much with just CZs and armor. Nico not purchasing anything just yet. They are going the full distance here on Inferno. Did seem like FaZe were running away with this second map and indeed the final generally, but Fnatic getting it together with some mistakes starting to show from the FaZe side. It's not the same sort of map as Cash. You can't just run around and find all the headshots in those open positions. It's a lot more tactical, it needs a lot more coordination. You've seen them try these fakes, and although they are working, they can't quite stick the landing. Smokes towards the arch and presumably library as well. They'll be fully committing towards the A site and try and flash players out of the apartments. Bouncing a flash off the door itself, not the chimney on the top right. And Carrigan will be heading in. Flashbangs are effective, but so are the M4s. Crims takes down Carrigan to open things up.
Yeah, Crims under the balcony wouldn't have been fully blinded by that flush. Quick spawn. A little dicey with the HP going against him. Flash out for Lekro, and Rain gets one, but that just cues JW, and he goes to the pistol to confirm Rain down. It's map point Fnatic. It took a while. Wasn't convincing, but we're here now, and we certainly might be going to map 3, deadlocked between the two.
Nice work. Have a look at the scoreboards while we're here. We have a tactical timeout. Flusher, 23 kills. Lekro shaking off those nerves, 22 for him. It's all off my stump. We'll be talking with his in-game lead and working out what the players here. They look like they're having an altercation in terms of the approach for the next rounds. Different ideas and working out what's going to be the best possible play. I've lost 6 rounds in a row. Well, this was their game, and Fnatic have woken right up here. Last trophy Fnatic picked up was in 2016 at this very event, looking to replicate that. Looked almost like their chances were non-existent on Cash, but this is so much better now. Orbs out for Guardian, 4 AKs. One more round will do it for Fnatic, but FaZe need 2 to force overtime. Certainly possible if there was a team to do it.
Absolutely. It was their turn this time around on Inferno earlier in this tournament to force overtime against Cloud9. We saw similar situations. Guardian back on the AWP. Golden going to be throwing nades down to try and do damage. Olaf, speaking of damage, takes a fight against Lekro. Doesn't even get any bullets landed on his target and comes out with just 29 HP left already as Golden already down toward the bottom of Banana as well. Might foil all of Guardian's plans.
There we go. An advantage for Fnatic and a player down towards the bottom of the Banana area. JW with the orb can bait him in fantastically here. Golden has been impressive with the rifles so far. If JW gets one of these picks, it's going to set him up very well, but still not out of it just yet. Golden waits on the corner.
Oh, Nico, good read. Gives Golden a chance because he did a double take, wasn't expecting it. The fact that he went down still baits them because they're going to think the AWP that far up is for a reason. How does Guardian hit that fully blind? Apparently that AWP is a staff. It's Crims. He'll hold off toward the quad side. There's no need to commit yet for FaZe with 40 seconds left, knowing they've gotten 2 picks now on Banana. Certainly opens it up to take his territory. How much does it leave available within the B site specifically is another question because Flusha has led off toward that position. Certainly gives the advantage to FaZe.
Flusher will rotate over. He has no idea where they're heading right now. Smokes towards CT Spawn, presumably coming in, and he has been great so far. M4 in hand. CT Spawn, bit of a desperate spray with the bombers down in an exposed area. He can hear all sorts of things going on the other side, but the bomb we planted just in the nick of time there. He can't deny it quite. 4 versus 3. FaZe look ready to pick up round number 14 here. There's going to be some retake from Fnatic required as they get towards the ruins and attempt the wall banks.
Worth it to go for that spray simply because if he gets lucky and hits the planter, the round could have been won on that alone. Didn't like to go for the push though because if he wasn't successful, it certainly secured the round for FaZe. Now they give themselves a chance. Lekro knows Emo is very possible. Crims, great start, takes Guardian out of Banana. That's the op gone. No, what a shot from Flusha! Oh my goodness, he's actually killed Lekro. A team kill, but still Crims is in it with a shout because there's low HP on 2. He's not ready for the beat. Kerrigan pulls us to at least round 30.
Oh, cheeky little team kill there. You're right, it looked like a great shot. Communication maybe a little bit off there in the Fnatic camp. Obviously, has played it well as well, but here's Guardian with the blind kill. Kind of perfection. Nice attempt there by Golden. A scrappy finish from FaZe, but they get the round on the board with a little bit of help there from the team kill. Money still fine on both sides. We get into round number 30 here. FaZe need it. Fnatic trying to do everything they can to avoid overtime here. That's the full reset if overtime comes in. And we'll have a technical issue here in the final round. Maybe the headset is the problem again, as Nico has been struggling with that. So it looks like maybe Roban has... oh, it is going to be Nico, and maybe the microphone once more.
Didn't catch it in the chat. It does say tech, they abort the round, so it doesn't indicate as why, but you're probably right. Everyone's surrounding onto Nico. 1 round to rule them all, and Fnatic will want this now. They've been grinding back into this. The stress of going into overtime against FaZe, who are well-versed in overtime on this map. Perhaps too much.
Time will tell. This was Lekro coming in from CT Spawn and Flusher. Great job to take him down, but the wrong target, I'm afraid. And Kerrigan just about takes down Flusher, and that was it. He faced with the Glock to finish things off, and nothing Crims could do. Tension riding high now.
Yeah, not with that little time left on the bomb. It did look like an incredible, it was an incredible shot. Just the wrong target, like you say.
Well,
No talking during these technical timeouts, just to remind you.
Yeah, it adds to the tension. You can't say anything. You have to sit there in silence and think about what's about to happen. Will Fnatic steal their map back, considering they were so far gone in the first half? Looked like they weren't even going to arrive. But then they managed to string the last 3 rounds together, got the 9-6. Won the force buy in the second half and the second round. And then here they are, 6 rounds in a row once the guns came out. They found map points. If they did pick this map up 16-14, we definitely have got a grand final on our hands. If it goes to overtime, I'm not sure they have the mental fortitude to take it back from FaZe. We'll see what happens. It looks like we're ready to go. The unpause is called. Ladies and gentlemen, round number 30 of regulation time here. FaZe need 1 for overtime. They'll have the full buy on either side. Who will make the first mistake here? Who will overextend and offer themselves up? Such great play from flusha so far. Lekro has been impressive. Even Golden's had his moments. JW doesn't fully commit towards the T-steps there, just looking for anyone crossing towards the underpass. Rain will be given the task of checking out the apartments here. Olofmeister with him. No forward stance from Fnatic though, Matt. They're not going for any banana control. They're not sending the AWP towards top and middle. Very standard round from them.
Golden are absolutely being passive. You're right to say that. So 2 Crimson Lekro. No one anchoring the pit this time. We'll see if that changes once Crims decides to relocate those flames. Seeping through the wall graphically. Certainly not going to touch Rain. He wants to make sure of that and backs up the stairwell anyway.
Here we go. Less than a minute. Looks like an A attack. Very likely. They have got no B control whatsoever. And it suggests they'll be going momentarily. That smoke is great, though. JW buys himself even more time here. It's going to add pressure to FaZe. They have no idea the flanks are coming in. You can see them kind of second-guessing themselves in a missed shot through the smoke as they go for their commitment towards the mid-area. JW has to reside in the arch now.
Rain has been very quiet in this game as well. 11 kills for him, just to note as I look at JW's totals. Firing between 2 targets. He's forced to rotate back to Library. That's covered off by a Molotov, meaning they can get by. Another miss and a third. This could be costly because Kerrigan gets positioned. Thankfully, Crims is still on top of the fight, but he can't hold against Olaf. It's suddenly a man down inside of the site with a bomb planted into a 2 versus 3. Don't be misled. There is Guardian still alive on 5 HP as well as Olaf on 15.
The timing.
You're right, Guardian. At least he knows JW is there and he'll post to hold the angle. It's not been the best game for JW because certainly costly that they got around and wrapped inside of the site. JW will do what he can with a nade to try and flush them out for Golden, who's walking in from the quad side. Spray as well to support it, but Nico gets the kill down. JW falls as well, and FaZe forces overtime yet again on Inferno.
JW had to hit one of those shots, Matt. They were difficult ones, sure. But the game he's having so far, he knows that's on his back. They had that round. If he hits one of those, FaZe didn't have the HP. They hadn't had the bomb down. He couldn't do it. 2 clean shots towards the Library. The Molotov wasn't blocking his vision. He just couldn't hit them. And there we go. Everything's reset. FaZe will stay on the T side here. We do 16K MR3. First to 19 at the top of your scoreboards. 18-18, it goes to the double overtime. My goodness, that was close. And FaZe Clan will find the last 2 rounds there and take some time here just to have a sip of the drink and discuss what they're going to bring into the first round here.
Let's see. Raban, by the way, talking to the admin.
Yes.
Once the half did end.
I think they're saying that the headset needs to be replaced now.
Exactly that.
Right.
They're probably dealing with it correctly with a little more time available to them to sort the issue because it has been a three-peat and repetitive. Certainly they've got to be comfortable in this situation by now, right?
Sure.
And for once, it's not the series decider in overtime for them on this map.
They've gone overtime in 3 of the last 5 Inferno games. We have seen a lot of overtimes for them in Inferno, and we'll see if they can come out on top. And this one, Fnatic have looked so much better since they got on the CT side of Inferno. You can see why they picked this map, but they'll be so gutted they couldn't close it down in regulation, especially with the way it went down towards the end. AWP just missing everything, and here's Nico. You see this pump's coming in, a bit of frustration from him. back underway. Remember, 16K money not really an issue or a talking point here whatsoever. They can buy whatever they like. Double orb certainly a potential for Fnatic on the CT side. They're going to stick with the single one for now. Round number 1 comes in. FaZe to start on the T side once more. Golden and flush up. Will they change anything up at the B area? They do double nade at the very start. Smoke's used towards T steps. This time not going to be sitting back. Crim's in the boiler room. Rain jumping up once again, using his teammate Olofmeister to do what they can, and Lekro has been great in these apartments so far. Pushes them back and holds them at bay with the smoke.
The overtime against Cloud9, we had 9 straight T-sided rounds, which was bizarre. It's not something you normally see on this map. I'm sure FaZe would like that to at least be true for the first half of this overtime if they could get the 3-0 sweep. Rain already working out from Boiler. Although they're certainly showing toward quad side. Nades down, smokes as well. Flash might suggest they're going to get aggressive, and Rain's certainly ready for Crim's presence.
Great shot by Rain. Crims there, using the HE, trying to push back the terrorist. A flashbang came in, took the duel, but Rain hits the shot. 45 seconds, bomb still down at T steps, and Golden and Flush are considering pushing the B area. As you can see, they will indeed. They might even be able to find the bomb here, but Olofmeister is ready and waiting, but 2 targets in front of him. They'll pull it back, and now the bomb's in a really difficult position, but they're fully committing to this. They're going to spot it. Will they get the kills? They certainly will. Flusher steps up. M4 working perfectly there, and they've got full control of the bomb now, and Carrigan drops on the A site.
You could talk about Crims being the MVP of Fnatic throughout this tournament, but in this game specifically, Flusha has been the man that turned it around. He had 7 kills over 2 rounds when the economy was broken for FaZe, and he was a big part in doing that. And now he continues to roll. Golden. Not Guardian. Golden will close out on Rain as he pushes back down as well, but Flusha is taking initiative and certainly making it count. What great kills. Good trade. Gets in position perfectly, and they line them up.
Yeah, that's really well played. Knowing they lost that first pick, something had to be done there. No presence towards B whatsoever. They took a deep breath, walked down there, discovered the bomb at T-steps, then hit every single shot, trading it out, didn't drop anything. And it will be 1-0 from Fnatic on their CT half.
Deep Molotov or smoke grenade as well for Fnatic means that they'll slow down the early push from FaZe.
Again, Crims trying to challenge Rain again, man. He gets his head cleanly ripped off there by the AK.
And they know Rain does this. We know it just as well as anyone. He saw it all day yesterday against Cloud9 as well, that he plays inside of that boiler room position. Yes. And Crims has noted that Rain's having an off game, so it's understandable he wants to take that fight. Unfortunately, you're right, it's cost him out twice already.
Well, they managed to recover the previous round. JW flashed off. Guardian, you can see they obviously know how each other play. They watch the demos, and they'll be no stranger to their opposition whatsoever, but Guardian does push him back, and the smoke will come through. This will be an A execute. You see no one towards B whatsoever. Golden there alone, so they'll still have 3 players at the A bomb side. Flush up, playing in front of the smokes right now. Good HE, should do some considerable damage. Flush up, he can't do that though. Lekro, been good so far, but he can't have any vision.
Oh, the flash out! You're right, he had no vision, but he goes aggressive. We saw it from Twist yesterday, he does the same thing, and the Deagle through the box works as well. He knows now that those smokes actually work in his favor because they're gonna lock Olaf into the pit. Unfortunately, no one else could get anything rolling, and he was locked between Nico's extra position in front of Library with the AK. 16-16, he's pulled it back.
Here's the shot from Rain. Let's see how this went down. Really fast shot to find Crims. He can't believe it.
I doubt he does it a 3rd time.
You'd think so. Just
maybe he wants to prove a point, and he does.
They'll go for a double orb setup just to know. Fnatic haven't run that at all, I don't think, so far in Inferno. JW will be picking the underpass area, but Flusher and Golden also getting aggressive here. And Flusher to get the first pick. He's got that secondary orb, takes down Guardian. Huge scalp to take, 1-1. This is the last round here. The first half of overtime. Nico trying to pick up the pieces somewhat. He flashes towards the corner. He's picked up the orb now, seeing if he can get anything in return.
Rain's waiting. Happily waiting for Crims to arrive. He's not going to this time. Stays further back. That'll be to the aid of Lekro. Shot out. JW forced off the angle. Likes to go to the arch, so he still wants to be aggressive. Flash times it. Carrigan walks directly into it. 2 already for Fnatic. No one traded back as Crims will finally get rain. Thank you very much. Just needed a cloud in the sky. As Nico works with Olaf. Crims is not done. Better decision perhaps than going all the way toward middle, but he will happily burrow in toward the stairwell. Tons of information in that position. They'll wrap around, they have to cross by him as long as he's looking the right direction, that is. But it allows JW to free himself up on Arch and prepare for B.
No saving weapons here, but Crims is coming through. He's got a spot towards second middle and have nades in their hand. Great pickup by him. That should secure it. Olaf Meister, nothing left to do. And Crims, difficult first 2 rounds, but he'll be the MVP of number 3. Takes down Rain and finds the last 2 as well. Will go down in flames in the end, but still, that does not matter. 2-1 in favor of Fnatic as they switch over towards the T side now.
Great turnaround from Fnatic to get themselves even into overtime, despite that they couldn't close it, but a great turnaround specifically from Crims, as you mentioned it. That round much better. You heard Nico running back down toward middle when he went to throw the smoke. Knew, therefore, that they had to be toward top mid and closed it on Olaf. They have the advantage, but they go to the T side. We'll see if their executions are on point. Double up, as Olaf's going to play it toward the top middle. Guardian peeking, forced off by a Molotov. Means that he won't be able to have the position he wants to catch them off, and further still, they're going to deploy flames to push him out of the angle and take over Banana. In doing so, they also don't have to face Olaf. They're going to take alt middle with it, and he as well is also pushed back to the Arch. So there's early ops. The double position doesn't work out.
Flush left alone once again. Gives them the option to fake if they really want to. There's the Molotov towards the Arch, lands at the feet of Olaf Meister. Is he going to be putting it out and challenging here? Spots one, but Lekro will be taken down eventually. He got the opening pick, but Carrigan with that silenced M4. He'll be down at 2 HP, but he's picked up 2 frags. He'll be absolutely fine with that transaction, as Guardian is alone now. Remember, Flusher, we know he's got full control of the banana area. The bomb's with him now. That's on JW's back. Just Guardian, he'll drop an incendiary. Just as that smoke's going down, times it well. He's hoping it made it right to the cubby hole, but it didn't. Actually might be working against him now. He'll be spotted, but still has the flashbang to work with there.
It's all working against him. Flames don't make it. Spots him, goes back out, blinds himself. Now he's forced off the angle, and they'll start to run him down. Exactly, because they're going to go in. Oh, double smoke. It won't matter as long as they're there, but it does. I mean, they've got less for the post plan if it goes that far. Flush it to find Nico. Still Guardian can't find his way back in. It could be Fnatic to find that point first. Just Guardian tries to spray through and deny the bomb. Olaf will swap back to an M4. Golden's aware of it. Golden is aware of where both AWPs are as he finds Guardian as well, and Kerrigan has 2 HP, so best of luck. He'll need it as he works toward Ruins. Nade does do good damage onto Golden.
Fnatic looking like they're going to secure at least double overtime here. Carrigan has no say in this retake. Great stuff again from Fnatic. They find the first round victory there. Now 2 in a row required from FaZe. 19 is what we're looking for to take us to the next map. And here we are. Double orb set up again. This time Nico and Guardian. Guardian will usually play middle and Nico will take the orb towards B. In this particular setup, Olaf tried it in the previous round.
No, you're absolutely right. That is exactly what's happening already. Flusher getting inside of that small cubby that usually doesn't get Molotov'd off, but locked into. He's got to be careful toward the logs. Nico is brave.
Took it right in the face. And Flush out holding towards those logs. Great nade to rattle Nico there. Couldn't do much more damage than that. The good news is with that as well, now he can't really explore towards a half, or he can't be boosted up. His HP is just too low. Carrigan taken down. That's his teammate as well. So not only has he got that low HP, he has found Carrigan, but Nico somehow steps up there. HP not a factor, and they'll take the man advantage. Bomb recovered by Crims and JW. They'll have the AWP this time. Quiet game from him so far as he takes a tick of damage there from the Molotov. Has to fire off a shot and give up his position. Olaf Meister rotating, and Nico needs all the help he can get right now. The crosshair lined up there, but he won't know it. The smoke down.
This is an alternative to how Guardian played it, however, because if they are going to execute and he can't get information, he wants shots. He doesn't want to be locked out, and we know that from Nico. We know that he likes to play aggressively when he has this op. We've talked about it costing them out in the past. It won't, at least for now, as he starts off with the shot on JW. Considerable advantage. 2 men. Still, he stays alive as well. Oh, it's not
Went
gonna
spread.
reach. It didn't. Oh, it bounced off the yellow barrel. It wasn't thrown correctly. An inch off, and it's going to keep Nico alive. That's a problem because that AWP is certainly poised to take further shots, especially if they wrap toward the fountain. Legs out on Crims, 1 HP, and Golden and Crims are sitting in the middle of a triangle that's closing in on them. Thankfully, Crims takes out one side of it, but it's still Golden that has to get back to the bomb, and Rain's got control of that. 1 round between them again, and double overtime still a possibility.
Nico does absolutely everything there. 2 kills coming in his favor after going down to such low HP thanks to the grenade thrown by Flusha. He takes him down, left alone, isolated at the back of the bomb site. Luckily, a miss for a Molotov keeps him in the round for as long as possible. He legs up another, finally taken down with 10 seconds on the clock, and his teammates can finish things off. 1 more round for double overtime now, Matt. You remember where we were in the first half of regulation. Didn't feel like we'd even get close to a Fnatic victory, but now it's 1 round away.
You can change that stat to say that 3 of the last 5 games will have gone to double overtime for FaZe.
That's right.
If that happens. Let's see if it does. As Flusha gets forward. Molotov already cleared out sandbags, so he knew he could get toward barrels. Didn't have the vision, so it just looks that way to make sure there's no one absolutely there. Rain and Olaf going for the stack play on quad. They'll reverse fortunes, perhaps, as Crims was the closest to it, but doesn't want to go any further.
You can see the final play coming in from Fnatic nice and early into the round. Problem with that is CT will still have their utility, need to have the surprise factor coming in. Smokes set up towards CT spawn and the coffins. Golden maybe throwing the smoke a little bit deeper this time.
And it's all in. They haven't left a single player behind to try and catch rotations, which you
I
typically
actually
see.
prefer that, though. I prefer 5 players here, if I'm honest, than 1 rotating in.
Oh, Kerrigan flashed in. 3 players, they're all lined up, they're all blind. What a play from Kerrigan. Thankfully, Golden has his vision restored. Just enough coverage behind the barrels because that would have been amazing from Kerrigan to close the round. Then he softened them up enough for Nico, who hardly needs any help, let's be honest, in these situations as they push through, though. Flusha does get the better of them. Good smokes to isolate the site, and rather than wrap around, they elect to go directly in. They'll get the bomb down, but they have to clutch the round back against 3 players if they want to end it here and now. As Guardian posts with the AWP, he can't quite see past the smoke. Flusha will play at Emo. Flash toward Ruins to allow Rain in because they know that it's possible. They're burrowed into corners, off angles to catch them out. Elbow shows. Somehow Olaf gets away with it, and JW knows that even though he's pressing from Banana, it's more likely they're also going to push from Ruins. Flusha versus 3. He's already knocked it down to just 2, make it 1. He's got a great chance. Pre-fires toward Guardian, but a pistol, a CZ, puts us back into overtime.
Well, there we go. Guardian will do it. What an amazing amount of skill displayed by Flusha there. And they deny map point again. Double overtime coming in now. FaZe Clan not going down without a fight here. Fnatic will have to dig a little bit deeper, and now they'll go on the T side starts. They seem to do their best work here in the CT forces, and this was the final few bullets. It could have gone either way. If the CZ prevails, of course it does, and Flusha can't be too mad with that one. He was so close. And there it is. Everything reset once again. 18-18.
Can we get that stat now? 3 out of 5 double over. That's ridiculous from FaZe.
Unreal. Well, here we go. Double orb setup, Guardian and Nico. We've seen this before. Again, himself will maybe go for that first pick again. I mean, this is a best of 5 as well. Double overtime is going to be really grueling as the series continues.
This is map 2.
Yep.
It's not even like this could be the closer. It's not like this could put someone on series point. I suppose it could for FaZe, but it's still a long way to go. Rain sits quad, doesn't want to move. Smoke down in front of him. There's no need to be scared as that just yet. You're right. Lekro's in, but Kerrigan spots. Great spot, great read. If he went all the way around on that, that would have been a huge problem, but GW knows he's there, swings out, gets him. As Rain does get Crims, however, they're going to know that by the fact they're already inside CT, they're going to be all the way up Banana. They're going to flank. Rain's already at the bottom of Banana. Golden's gotten Nico down, nowhere to hide. They've got to get the bomb in. Oh, no smoke, and Olaf's already on the site, so bomb gets dropped, and it's the first round of double OT to FaZe.
Well played, Nico and Co. Pushing towards the banana to start. They found Flusha. That's going to be such a key pick. Everyone knows he plays that position by himself. You kill him and no one else is there, you've got a good read on the map at that point. They'll take that pick, they'll funnel them towards the A site, finding frags as they go and just picking apart Fnatic 1 by 1. It was Olaf Meister to deny the plan. Well, he said money is not a factor at all in overtime. Single orb set up this time. Guardian will be using it towards top of mid. Grenades are pretty decent there. You can see Nico wants blood here as the smoke is down towards the steps once again. He'll be taking a lot of damage and burning alive. Flusher gets the better of him this time.
Good read. And oh, Kerrigan. Misclick. I don't even think misthrow. I think misclick because he wasn't even lined up to throw it when he brought it out. He'll still play him behind the half wall. However, goes early. Yep.
Get away for his teammate or flashed in or something.
And this gives position. Oh, good recovery. I was going to say to Flusha, but he got caught out by Olaf, who self-flashed in. He didn't blind him, but it was enough to get him in position to take the fight, or at least have the confidence to do so. Guardian found a pick in the meantime. Even though he's on 8 HP, still has the 8 WP to work with. He's gone back toward Library, knowing that he has no vision toward Arch, and he wants to make sure they don't push through. Olaf also there to make sure of the same thing. So pretty much everyone, all 6 players that remain, are all on the A side of the map.
Yeah, but Olaf Meister doubting himself now. You can see he's not sure where he should be positioned, but they will be committing towards the A site. Guardian, AWP in the Library, but with such low HP, doesn't commit to the peak as Lekro encroaches on his position. They'll wait for him to strike first. If Lekro can find an opening, that's when they go. He's tucked himself in the corner, but he's not going to check it. Guardian misses the shot, and that could cost him the round. Lekro takes his teammate down, and that is going to be it. Olaf Meister can't win this one. Bomb will be planted. Great work by Lekro as he sneaks past Guardian.
Yeah, that's smart. He knew that even if there was someone in Library, by getting that close to the doorway, it's almost impossible to react that quickly as he runs by. So it baited out a shot. He got the kill inside of the site on top of it. And then it's straightforward procedure to close out. Olaf only gets 1. We're back to 19-19.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely right. If you get close to the door like that, you're only on the screen for a split second. There's no way you can react in time. And Guardian's such low HP, couldn't afford to look for any more than that. Great stuff by Lekro. We're all tied up once again. This will be the final round of the first half of double overtime. Back on that double AWP setup. It worked out well for Nika before. Always been a big talking point about their Inferno game. Guardian flashed off the very start. Boost of swords coming in. They're actually going for the fallen boost, I believe, and JW will be ready for it. Carrigan's taken down. Now Nico once again with the pressure. He gets naded down to 35 HP. He has to drop an incendiary just to buy himself some time.
Dropped intentionally toward that underpass position that we're overlooking now. Spotting Golden trying to see toward top mid again, raining Crims. Opposite sides of the equation at this point, but playing in the same positions.
Bomb down in the underpass. Plenty of time to work with here. They have the opening pick already. This is fine. They have decent banana control. They've established themselves on that side of the map. Mid is not theirs, but they're working on it. Guardian burning alive again, but luckily the flame's not reaching all the way in towards the corner. And now looking for that pick back in return. Olaf Meister needs to decide. Does he back up Nico? He's got low HP alone in the B side. Wants to stay here and fight. The bomb makes its way towards B. Golden is showing presence towards middle. Firing off some shots, keeping the smokes up. 40 seconds here. Olaf Meister taking the bait. They'll be on Speedway, looking towards the arch right now, and Nico. No nades, low HP, just the AWP and new boxes. And then it's going to do a contact play from what I can work out right now. Smoke and CT spawn. Molotov in. Can Nico find anything here?
Nico takes down Golden. Good start. Olaf nearly pushing through and lining them up. Just barely gets 1. And then it's responded by Lekro, who in turn finds Nico. In turn, opening the B site. Guardian on the rotation. Flush has already spotted it. It's going to be the 20th round, surely, for Fnatic. Remember, 22 wins it, 21-21. And you guessed it, we go back into another overtime round. Don't discount Rain either, because he's got a kill, he's got a kit. And overtime, no reason not to go for this, especially as it's the last of the half. Now, smoke him off, but that won't deter him. I imagine Rain might even consider going straight through that. Despite not having a flash, he might try and catch them off gray screen until the other side of it, but he's going to wait it out.
Not really much time left for this sort of antics, and Lekro knows it. Watches the smoke like a hawk, and 2-1 once again for the Fnatic side. This time as the terrorists. This is looking very good for them to close it out now. He said 22 will do it. 21 for triple overtime. FaZe Clan now on the chase. Guardian brings out the AWP again. Will Fnatic go for the double AWP setup? That's yet to be seen. At this point of the game, they know each other in and out. What kind of aggressive plays they have when they deploy them. And it's up to you to strategize something a little different. What's going to be the play that gets that round on the board? towards the underpass, jump in there. Sees nothing towards middle. Crims is at the quad side. Frozen A doesn't do too much damage towards Guardian. He'll flash in and try and pick towards the quad. Nothing there, but JW has spotted his barrel.
Still with 14 kills.
All that nade's gonna hurt.
18 Rain. JW will add to his total at least. Take down Guardian. That's the op on the other side. You're right, the nade certainly hurt, but it's fine. He holds the angle of Guardian. Gone. Kerrigan on 73. It's the advantage to Fnatic. And he's not willing to give up that position either. He'll eventually be flashed off at firing in early. He can't find the pick. Are they going to rely on Nico at this point? Do they have to, having lost Guardian already? As Nico tries to find anyone inside of the B site. JW again unrelenting, but again will be forced off by Flash, giving Olaf more room to work. And Olaf's gone toward the AWP. Crims has rained down that AWP. Better find a pick fast if it's going to.
5 on 3. This is for map points again. Fnatic, huge advantage here, and JW doesn't look like he'll be slowing down anytime soon. He holds by the arch, but wants to push that smoke and push. He shall. My God, that was good. Olaf Meister has no idea how that went down. 5 on 2. Nico's still alive, though. There's always a chance when this guy is up and about. JW, though, looks to shut him down. We'll spot him, but that should be the round guaranteed regardless. Kerrigan drops, and 25 seconds remain. Lekra gets the killing blow, and they have map point once again.
Second time they're going to have 2 rounds to secure it as well. Remember, they were twice on map point in the first overtime. Twice on map point in the first 30 rounds. So surely is the third a charm for Fnatic. They're on the CT side this time as well. Not that it was any different in round 30. Single op, JW again. Finally having a very important round. Hasn't had too many. So we did have one in the first half that broke the economy. We mentioned that a few times because it was all we could mention for him. As they'll take the bomb back down toward T-spawn, leave it there intentionally. Again, it's very aggressive from Fnatic early on in Banana to use utility and hold FaZe at bay. They don't really help with that flash. Oh, he's got to be careful. They're going to have their vision back, and he was trying to peek out. He didn't quite get far enough, so he does smartly go back to the site with Golden. An additional smoke deploy that'll hold them off. And a rotation early from Crims because they're expecting a fast play, something different from FaZe to try and force this further.
This is looking quite nice from FaZe now. So much damage inflicted, and Crims isn't sure as to where they're finishing up. He rotates back towards CT, and the final play comes in. Golden inflicts damage, but no kills picked up yet. Flush up, tested at this point. And look at his position, but Kerrigan somehow spins to find him. 90-degree turn, and Nico might have done enough here, but Crims coming through. Only good for one. JW smoked out. Bomb is planted. And 4 players remain alive for FaZe.
Flusha not able to get anything. Certainly a problem for them, especially the lineup that he had out toward the Orange's 1. Right from Kerrigan and the push through. Yes, it puts players on low HP. 3 of them, but they've got the advantage. Those 3 know exactly where JW is as well as he sprays, working into the site. Molotov, or rather incendiary, to go out toward Nubox. That does force Nico. And now they give themselves an actual chance on this. Problem is the bomb is ticking very quickly. They have to go right now. And Rain is not willing to move from water. They bait him. The jump's not going to do it. And Guardian and Kerrigan find the lineup. We go into our last round, I should say, of our second half of our second overtime.
There's a lot of numbers going on right
Maths.
now. But yes, it's round number 6 of double overtime. 1 more for Fnatic would take us to the next map. 1 more from FaZe will put us into triple overtime. I don't think they've been that deep before on this map. You called out the stat, they've been in double overtime in 3 times now, but let's see if it works out. FaZe on the rope still. Everything reset, money not a factor, remember, you can't really build off that momentum. Golden and Flush up, nading at the very start. Landing some decent damage there. Nico down to 87, Kerrigan 76. Bomb and T-spawn suggests they'll do nothing too quickly here. Single AWP on the T side, double for JW and Crims. Not known to be an AWP Matthew. We'll see whether he can find some form here in the last round. Another good grenade towards Banana. Kerrigan takes most of the damage this time. Is this enough? They'll go for the execution. Remember, Olaf not there with them. He'll be towards second middle right now. As they set up for their execute, he waits towards middle. Could go behind them for a backstab. Just showing presence with 1 smoke. And Golden, this could be it, man. He gets the triple spray down, all headshots, as Guardian will get him back. That's surely enough at this point, as Guardian will take him down. 55 seconds now. Olaf Meister has no choice but to save him. And that's going to be it, surely. Flush up with 1. Bomb down, 45 seconds, completely blind. And there we have it. Fnatic pick up their pick It was an absolute bloodbath there. Double overtime, but what a recovery from the situation they were in the first half. It looked like they were down and out. But now, this grand final just got exciting.
Very exciting, and Fnatic is motivated and hitting shots. That's going to be a problem for FaZe on Overpass. It's not been invincible for them, despite them being so good on that map. Fnatic absolutely have a chance to take the lead in this series. We at least go 4, and just to note, if we do, we go Overpass next. Mirage is the 4th map. So we're for sure going that far, but for now, we've got to take another break. We've got to join the desk. These players just played a marathon of a map on Inferno. We'll see you in a minute.